Hello, VC. Richard S. coming to you from Denver. Happy Friday. I just wanted to see what's going on and fool around some more with this live stream stuff. See if it's something that works for me. And my thought today was to talk about albums that I picked up in 2023, leading up to the best of 2024, which is frighteningly 2 months away. I'm not ready to talk about 2024 acquisitions because we're still 2 months left into the year. And I am not ready to divulge a top 5 or a top 10 or what have you quite yet, although I am working on that. But kind of wanted to revisit some of the things from 2023 that were really interesting. Being new to the VC, or at least as far as the whole video thing goes, I missed out on a lot of the vinyl community question answer things, like the 2023 that Q&A thing, which was really fun to watch. That actually sort of inspired me to want to get into this whole VC shebang, if you will. But of course, the questions that came out of that were things like, what was your favorite album for 2023? What's the best reissue? What is the best this, the best that? But I could talk about some of the albums from 2023 that sort of rocked my world. I mentioned this album on the 10-inch EP response video I did the other day. Bedroom. This is Bedroom's second album, ironically. I love this. This is along the spine. It said Bedroom. Made a new record and decided to call it I Don't Know. They released it on Rock Action and everything was fine. It's called I Don't Know. And I'm not going to say I don't know about this, but it's a little different from what their first album was. A little bit more, I'm going to say, buried in shoegaze, where it had a lot of the pedal effects and instrumentation going on and buried vocals that kind of draw me into what shoegaze is all about. This is a little bit of a departure from that, but it's still an excellent album. If I were to say where to start with a group like Bedroom, would be their first album called Bedroom. The band is spelled BDRMM. Did I get that right? BDRMM. Yes. Take all the vowels out and add an extra M. I don't know why. Actually, I do. Wikipedia says that the group was kind of a bedroom band that was kind of a put together, homebound type of project put together that became an act that got signed, and the rest is history. So they went with the name Bedroom as being a bedroom act. Great name for a band. Anyway, fantastic group. Lots of interesting stuff coming from them. Let's see a comment over here. What is it? It's Jack, the music guy. I did not have my comments on. Bad me. I'm sorry. Hi, Jack. How are you doing? Okay, this one's hard to explain. This is a group called the Chural Garden. The Chural Garden is a wonderful vocalist named Chrissy and a dude who lives somewhere in Europe. Can't remember where, named Andy Jossie. Very ethereal, floaty, ethereal. It's the only word that comes to mind. Dream pop type of album. Beautiful. What fascinates me about these guys are is the artwork. This is sort of a, how do I describe this? The insects on the cover are kind of shimmery against a matte background. The album is called Metamorphosis. This is their second album. I can't quite remember. I'm trying to remember if this is on a. Ooh, it is on a green, almost Stevie cover vinyl. Double album? One album. Tells you how long it's been since I revisited some of this stuff. There is a humongous poster, some prints, lyrics on the back of several of the prints that go along with the artwork on the album. I mean, a lot of work truly went into this, and the music is tremendous. I want to say the Chural Garden have a Bandcamp page to at least check out what their music is all about. They are fantastic. So this is the Chural Garden Metamorphosis from 2023. Glad you are doing well, Mr. Jack. Jack, I love what you're doing. Some of us older guys will say that it's really inspiring to have a younger person on the VC who's interested in a lot of this stuff. There are just, too many folks that are just, I'm not going to say apathetic about music, but they only listen to the most current top whatever. But that's been the same throughout history with music. There are people who like very different genres of music. And then there's others who just like what is the current taste of the day. So you are an inspiration because you are discovering the music that a lot of us grew up with and looking at it through a very different lens. And it's very fun to listen to you talk about music. So that's my shout out to Jack, the music guy. Just saying, I'm not going to talk about that album, but I will talk about this one. Continuing with the shoegaze vein, this is the Drop 19s. Drop 19s did got together. I should say they did a reunion album. This is it. It's called Hard Light. I was looking forward to this massively because their classic album. Thank you, Jack. I'm glad you're having fun. I'm still learning with all of this, and it is fun. I agree. Drop 19s were sort of a classic shoegaze band from the 90s. Their album Delaware is sort of considered a shoegaze classic. I don't know if I have it in this pile, but I might. But this is their reunion album called Hard Light from last year. It's good. I want to say Delaware is better if you can find it. They did 2 reissues of it last year and this year. The last year is the one I got. Was music on vinyl, and it took me forever to get it sent to me from England. But then the band turned around and did a reissue of Delaware this year with a slightly different cover. Bonus point if you can spot the difference. But yeah, definitely something to look up. Let me look in my pile, see if I actually have that Delaware album. I don't know if I do. Oh my God. How many albums did I buy last year? Jeez Louise. I might be on here for a while. But I do want to talk about this one. This was one of my absolute favorite albums from last year. It's a group called Feeble Little Horse, Girl with Fish. This reminds me, those of us who've been around for a while, if you remember Throwing Muses, this reminds me a lot of Throwing Muses from the late 80s, mid 80s. I got into them when the Lonely as Eyesore compilation came out in the 80s with a song called Fish. I don't know if these guys were inspired by them, but I certainly hope they were. Angular, jagged, the songs kind of go all over the map. they're fascinating. So I really glommed onto this album when it came out. It became my rapid favorite for 2023. So Feeble Little Horse, Girl with a Fish. Super album. I can't remember if this had any amazing. Oh, it does have a vinyl special on a sort of pink-ish. Oh, there we go. That sort of dusky pink vinyl. I'm assuming that was a variant, and it just happened to be the one I got. I can't remember where I got this from. If it was an Amazon thing or what. All right, I need a sip of Wawa. Just a shout out to Dry Dock Brewing because it is their anniversary, and I was there earlier drinking multiple yummy, delicious beers. They're not the closest brewery to my house, but pretty darn close. So that was a good time. It was, kind of a shout out to their original old brewery setup with cheap beers. I won't say how cheap, but they were cheap. And I was like, yes, please. I'm showing up. I really do want to talk about these guys. This is Flying Colors. Get that up. Spelled weird. FLYYINGCLOURS. From Australia or New Zealand, or one of the two. I think it's Australia. I'm pretty sure it is. So let me get this in frame. Oh my gosh, I can't get things in frame today. I don't know why. This is their newest album called You Never Know. Flying Colors have been around for about 15, 20 years. Probably one of my favorite shoegaze acts of the, shall I say, millennium. And there's a handful that I really like. I love these guys. Their first couple of EPs just have that sort of My Bloody Valentine, woozy, pitch bending joy of shoegaze experience, which is so much fun to listen to. So this is their newest one. Is it their best? No, but it definitely works. So it's something to look into. But Flying Colors, not to be confused with the Flying Colors band that is spelled similarly, but without the double Y, and the colors spelled the British way. Oh, well. The other Flying Colors, I've never heard them. So, just saying. Just saying. What else do I have in here? What is this? I can talk about that in a minute. I can talk about this in a minute. Let's talk about this one. Film School. If memory serves correctly, Film School is the LA band. Again, shoegaze. Their first album I would consider a classic. I think it's simply called Film School. Look up the band, look up their discography. This is Field. They put this out last year. One of my favorite albums, probably I would say top 10 for the year. I think almost not every band. I'll talk about some more later. In my top 10 was a shoegaze dream pop sort of bass band, but Film School are amazing. They just have that, again, that sort of warped, off-kilter, pitch-bending sound that just has always fascinated me since forever. So Film School is another awesome album from 2023. I'm going to skip that one, but I am going to talk about a reissue. What reissue is it? Godsmack. I fell in love with this album when it first dropped back in the late 90s, 98-ish, somewhere around there. I do remember seeing them in a small club when I lived in Washington, D.C. called Nation. I don't think I know it doesn't exist anymore because it's gone about the same place where the Washington Nationals play baseball. So, yeah, mosh pit heaven. I was in probably my late 30s at the time when this came out, and I absolutely loved the intensity and the fun and the sort of mysticism of a lot of their songs. Moon Baby's fantastic. Keep Away is my favorite off this album, probably. Voodoo's kind of a Wiccan classic. Get Up, Get Out. It goes on forever, but my God, that's fun live. It's such a fun album. So this is Godsmack's debut album. There's no title. It's just Godsmack. I have their second album on the fence about getting their third one on vinyl. I think it just got re-released, but their second album, I think it's Awake, is just as fascinating. I've seen Godsmack 3 times. 4 times. Twice on their own. Once opening for Deftones and once opening for Metallica, and it was in the Round here in Denver. So it was in the I think it was 2 stages. Metallica was on one and Godsmack was on the other, and it was fun. There was not a bad seat in a huge stadium. So, Jack, what are you talking to me about? Someone showed me the voodoo at school when I was talking about Jimi Hendrix voodoo. And the Godsmack, yes, voodoo. Voodoo. Yeah. Good song. I'm going to skip this one. Did I talk about this one? Yeah, I should. I'm not going to say it didn't go over well in the United States, but a lot of the acts I like are out of their albums from England. And FVA, greetings. How you doing, man? Always good to hear you see you on our streams and see what's going on. The Murder Capital is from the United Kingdom. I adore these guys. Their first album had a sort of really, how do I say, dark gothic flavor to it, and I absolutely loved it. So then when I heard that this one called Gigi's Recovery was coming out, and I absolutely love that artwork. I should buy a second copy just to frame and hang on my wall. When this was coming out, equally fun. Just gorgeous album. I can't say there's anything that really stands out to me, but this was definitely in my top 10 from the last year. So a great album. The Murder Capital, Gigi's Runaway from the UK. Human Season Records. New to me. Good stuff. This is a reissue, and I didn't want to talk about that one. But I did want to talk about these guys. How are these all buried in here? Oh, I'll talk about these guys. King Cruel. King Cruel did a new album last year called Space Heavy, and I absolutely loved it. My history with King Cruel goes back to when he was before he became King Cruel. He was called the Zoo Kid. And I downloaded some stuff, and I made a CD-ROM of things I could find that were downloadable, and I was struck to find out that this kid was like 14, 15 years old, doing amazing sort of jazz-influenced alt rock with an edge. He has this dark, husky voice that just stunned me. But Space Heavy came out last year. It's kind of a continuation. It's getting much more melodic as he gets older. The jazz influences are still there, but the band, the musicianship behind his singing just elevates everything that's going on with the album. So this was a fascinating little album for me. But I think I have everything that King Cruel has done on vinyl, and it's well worth the trip. So let me put this over here. I'm still trying to figure out why I have this monster pile of stuff over here. And I do need another drink. It's just water. Nothing exciting. The National, another band I could expound on how much I love these guys. I almost didn't buy this one. So this is the first 2 pages of Frankenstein. I was starting to go off the National because they were becoming sort of samey to me. The lead singer's vocals were getting kind of just mumbles along. Then in the like High Violet and what's the album after that one? I can't remember. But High Violet, they upped their musicianship a lot and it stopped becoming that sort of sameness to it. They're a lot more exciting now. So first 2 pages of Frankenstein came out earlier in the year last year. Oh my gosh. Lyrics for days. You want to talk about a band that has lyrics that just will knock you apart. The National will do it. So the National came up with this, the first 2 pages of Frankenstein, then turned around and surprised the world with another huge album called Laugh Track. So it's almost like the first 2 pages of Frankenstein Volume 2. Arguably, I would say Laugh Track is better of the 2 for me. I love the title track. Laugh Track is insane. What is amazing about both of these are the number of collaborations that are on these. And Jack, the National is a band I can't get into because of how adult contemporary vocals sound. 100%. Let me backtrack. I got into the National when Alligator first came out. I saw them in Denver in this teeny weeny club called the Bluebird. It's like an 800 top capacity place. And I loved the Alligator album. I loved the Boxer album. I saw them on the Boxer tour. I saw them on the High Violet tour. I think that was at Red Rocks. I've seen the National a lot. To me, they've just elevated themselves and you just keep getting better and better and more complex and interesting. Hey, buddy, how are you? Good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. We're talking about 2023 records leading up to 2024 top 10s, but we're not there yet. So I saw the National. I've seen the National several times. I like how they've elevated their game as far as not being that, Jack talked about it being that adult contemporary vocals. It's getting better. I think he's finally kind of changing his vocals so he isn't just he sings like this all the time. I got tired of that too. So these 2 albums flip that on its butt. But the amazing thing about these two albums that came out this year were the collabs that came with these. Bon Iver does a collab. Phoebe Bridgers does a couple. Roseanne Cash does one. Who else? Taylor Swift. Oh my gosh. Taylor Swift does a collab. Phoebe Bridgers does 3 total, and Sufjan Stevens does 1 too. The collabs actually help break that adult contemporary sound to me. It made the National more interesting and more engaging. I almost went to go see them this year. They were playing kind of a double headliner with The War on Drugs, who I love, who Alex Beer on Vinyl loves. And I didn't go, and I'm sort of kicking myself. But I've seen The War on Drugs a couple of times. I've seen the National several times. It was like, do we really need to go see these and pay however much to go see again? Money is what money is. It's tight these days. So I opted not to go. But, in retrospect, I'm like, God, I wish I had. Oh, well, so be it. What else came out last year? Last year was the year we lost Sinead O'Connor. When I found out about her passing, I was absolutely gutted. But I was happy that they reissued several of her albums that I didn't have on vinyl. I already had The Lion and the Cobra. I go back to Sinead O'Connor when The Lion and the Cobra first came out. I was scouring the little town that I lived in at the time, little-ish college town. Do you have this album by Sinead O'Connor? And yes, I got the Lion and the Cobra on the strength of Troy and Mendinka and like 2 or 3 other songs off that album. I fell head over heels for what Sinead O'Connor was doing because it was aggressive. It was, pro-female, angry. It's okay to be pissed off at the world. And she did it so well. But it was good to see reissues of I Do Not Want What I Have Not Got. This is not my favorite album by her. As much as there are some good songs on here. I'm Stretched on Your Grave, I love. 3 Babies, I love. The Emperor's New Clothes, I love. Black Boys on Mopeds is stunning. When I was on Rob's live stream, we were talking about songs, I would skip. Nothing Compared to You, I've heard enough times on this album to never have to hear it again. Yes, the video's stunning. It's wonderful. It's amazing. I could skip it because I would rather hear the next song after that is Jump in the River, which is intense and angst-driven. I loved the power behind what she was doing on this album. So fantastic reissue. They also reissued this. It's probably my favorite Sinead O'Connor album, and this is Universal Mother. Many reasons. What's on here? Let's talk about that first. I don't get a song listing. How rude. This means I have to take my glasses off to read this. Perfect. What is the song on here that just devastated me? Thank You for Hearing Me. Love that song. Anything with that sort of Fire on Babylon intensity. There it is. Fire on Babylon was the opening song. John, I Love You is fantastic. The cover, Nirvana's All Apologies. Oh, it was fantastic. Is this the album with that wonderful a cappella song I love? I can't find it. Oh, well. But, yeah, arguably my favorite Sinead O'Connor album. I can put my glasses back on and see what Jack is telling me. What's going on? I've seen a lot of her in the VC. I have not. Who's talking about her in the VC? I could do a whole video on Sinead O'Connor. It's a couple of albums they still haven't released on vinyl. Oh gosh, I can't think what it's called. The one with the orange cover. I could picture it. That needs to go on vinyl. It's so good. This one, I was happy they reissued for one particular song. It's called Fourth and Vine. First song on side A. It is just uplifting AF and an earworm for me. It's one of those songs. If I could find someone that has this on a karaoke at a bar, I would do Fourth and Vine in a heartbeat just because I love this. It's a very folky song, that sort of Irish-inspired folk feel to it. Absolutely love that one. Few more others. Another one I probably need to revisit more, but I bought mostly just because Fourth and Vine was on there, and I was so excited. I've talked about Public Image Limited a bit on different streams. Not on videos yet. Another group I could do a whole video about, I think. But John Lydon and Company released End of World last year, kind of keeping in a stream of the last 3 albums, the 2 albums before this, that have his new band backing him, who I gotta just show them. Here we go. This guy on guitar is stellar. Stellar. It just blows my mind what he is doing behind the wonderful Mr. Lydon's sing-speak vocals, which can either grate and annoy or inspire, depending on who you are. My love affair with Public Image Limited started way back in the late 70s. Public Image Limited came on American Bandstand and did pop tones. And I just happened to tune in that day. And I saw this. It was the first time I realized that stuff like American Bandstand is lip synced to an audience. And here's John Lydon going pretty much off the map, off script, everything, not really singing what he's singing. He's pulling people onto the stage to dance to this song that is really not a dance song, off of the Metal Box album, or second edition if you're in North America. It was released somewhat differently. Sold me on Johnny Rotten, Johnny Lott, John Lydon, and Public Image Limited. I have everything they have ever done. I'm just utterly fascinated with their music. Finally saw Public Image Limited a couple of years ago, and this is how close I was. I was front row, stage left, looking in, and took a bunch of pictures that I actually got framed. Oh, I would have loved to have gotten them signed, but that was not to happen. As I recall, I can't remember, the weather was all that great that night. So staying after the show to get autographs was not happening. But so be it. Yes, Public Image Limited, up there. Definitely up there. Whoops. Thank you. That was I took quite a few photos from that show. I love taking photos when I go to concerts when I can. I don't want to be intrusive about it. I've taken some really nice Gary Newman photos. Looking at the one that's on that wall over there. Bob Mould. Gary Newman actually signed the photo that I took. Bob Mould signed the photo that I took. And there's that other Public Image picture up there that I've framed. I took a fantastic photo that I can't blow up because it's just too small. It was a panorama photo taken with my little Canon camera when I was third row center at Rush R30 at Red Rocks. And the picture is just like the whole thing. Of course, it's only that big, so it looks underwhelming. But in my mind, it was like seeing Rush in 3D IMAX because I was that close. Absolutely fantastic. Yay, friends, coworkers, a big Pill fan. Woohoo! We need more Pill fans. They're a fun group. 2023 was the year Steely Dan's Asia got reissued. I was glad because this is a really hard album to find a decent sounding vinyl copy because the originals are, depending on the, pressing plant, whatever, masters were used, they sound good or they sound, not sure. Hey, Will House, what's up here? Maybe you could try it. That's not a bad idea. Yeah, because literally it's like 4x8. If it's that, it's just really narrow and longish, but it's not big enough to really, and it's a little fuzzy too. So it was hard. It was hard to photo in the dark without Flash. Asia is probably my favorite Steely Dan album. I know that's semi-controversial statement. I have another copy of this framed, hanging on my wall in my hallway. Back there. I just love this album. Black Cow, Asia, Deacon Blues, Peg, Home at Last, I Got the News, Josie. Talk about those albums that you could play straight through and not get sick of. This was mine. This would be one of those Sunday spin albums type thing for sure. Jack says, I like the first two Steely. Yes, Can't Buy a Thrill, 100%, 100%, 100%. I actually don't think I've heard Countdown to Ecstasy yet. What's wrong with me? I don't know. I have Gold. So I have like the best of stuff. Asia. Can't Buy a Thrill. A couple of others. Oh, I have Gaucho too. The Fence is a great song. Okay. Good to know. See, when you're in the VC, you learn new things. It's a good thing. All right. What else came out last year that was fascinating to me? I don't want to stay on here all night, but got some good stuff in here. Holy! More shoegaze. I'm sorry. This was your slow dive. Put out Everything is Alive. I'm still kicking myself. I've had 2 times to actually go see these guys live, and it still hasn't happened. Once I had tickets and could not go. The other time was at an outdoor venue and around, I don't know, wherever you are, but an outdoor venue where in Denver, you never know what the weather's going to be like. It could be gorgeous and sunny in the afternoon and freaking snow, sleet, hail, whatever in the evening. So it's like, I want to go. It turned out the weather was great. Of course it was. Oh, well. Good album. Not my favorite slow dive album by a mile. That would be, what is it? Not the one with all the hits on. Not the first one, their second one. I can't think what it's called because I'm old. Look at this pile of albums over here, and I was putting these away. What happened? I do know. Ooh, this is a fun one. Okay, I think I've made no beans about being a Husker Du fan. So Husker Du was a punk band from Minneapolis back in the late 70s, early 80s. Then broke up because they really got kind of between the 3 of them in the band. But the bassist was Greg Norton. Greg Norton recently, in the last few years, started sort of a super group with in this band called Ultra Bomb. So it's Greg Norton, someone from the UK Subs, and another guy. I want to say it's 3 of them. There might be 4. I can't remember. Let me see what Jack's saying. I definitely want to check out Slow Dive. Yes. Yeah, our Denver weather is a force to be reckoned with. Yeah. Let's not go there. So Ultra Bomb is the sort of semi-super group, very punk influenced. You can hear the UK subs in it. You can hear it sounds like a Husker Du album that was never, released, or at least a modern take on a Husker Du album. This is fantastic. So this is Ultra Bomb's debut album, Time Burn. Interesting thing about this album, it was actually released in 2022. The vinyl never came out until mid to late 2023. So I had been playing this, and my personal rule of thumb for creating like end of year best of list is that I have to have a physical copy of the album. It can't be a download. It can't be, out there in the netherworld. It needs to be a physical copy. Didn't have it, so it never made my 2022 list, or 2022 list. Got it. It's fantastic. Huge list of punky goodness. Good album. Ordered this from their website, so it's all signed. I really should just probably frame that one. This is colored vinyl. Let's look. We'll learn together. Are you ready? Ooh, red vinyl. Ooh, it's slightly darker than it looks on camera, but it's up there. Good album. They released a new one this year that won't probably make my top 10, but it's a pretty solid punk revival type style album. I'll leave it at that. What is this? Ooh, I forgot about this one. This was a record store day issue. Rob, I'm going to take the shrink wrap off if you're still here because I know you can't stand shrink wrap, and that's okay. Black Rebel Motorcycle Club. I discovered these guys in the early 2000s. Fell head over heels with their music because it's very garage punk, in your face, fascinating stuff. Complex music too. They've, my gosh, 4 or 5 albums out now, if not more than that. I have a lot of them. I don't think I have all of them. Anyway, I went to England in 2002, 2003, 2000. I went several years in a row to England. One of those years, I went to Reading Festival in outside of London in Reading. They were on the bill, so I saw Black Rebel Motorcycle Club in London. Then they just happened to play in Denver like a year or so later. So I got to see them actually 2 or 3 times here in Denver. Love their intensity. Just like I said, that sort of garage rock in your face, intense stuff. So this was live at Levitation. Levitation is a festival that's actually coming up pretty soon in Austin, Texas. I really wanted to go to this year because there's like 4 or 5. Slow Dive is one of them. Slow Dive is playing. A group called Ariel is playing. Drop 19s are playing. All on the same bill on the same night in the same venue in Austin. And I'm like, I want to go. I just can't make it happen as much as I would like to. Just navigating Austin is a challenge. Let's put it that way. So anyway, Levitation live set. You want an introduction to Black Rebel Motorcycle Club? Listen to Whatever Happened to My Rock and Roll. And you'll go, that's what he was talking about with that garage in your face sound. 1, 2. I got a couple more here. Husker Longhorn Tonight is a live set from, oh my gosh, when was this recorded? 1980. 1979, 1980. It's double album of at least 7, 15, 23, 30 live tracks of early Husker Du, and they were really intense. And we're doing all kinds of wonderful influences in their lives to make them pretty imbibed on stage. They were kind of a mess, but a good, fun, crazy time. I came this close to seeing Husker Du in my hometown in the 80s. I was like probably just a half a year too young. 21 was the age in bars at the time in North Dakota. But anyway, I couldn't go see Husker Du. I want to say it was Flip Your Wake tour that they were here playing this teeny weeny bar we used to go to all the time. But anyway, Longhorn Tonight was a lovely reissue. Someone did say Husker Du. You must have been reading it. You must have heard us talking. I was talking about Greg Norton earlier, the bassist. He was in another band called Ultra Bomb. Hi, Emma. We talked about Ultra Bomb. We're talking about Husker Do. They don't suck. They're so much fun. Emma, how are you? Well, it's good to see you, my dear. All right, couple more. I only got. If anyone wants to join me and talk stuff, feel free to hit me up. That would really help if I put a. Oh my gosh, I can't remember how to do that. Invite. There it is. Da-da-da-da-da. Copy. Hey, anyone want to come in and talk about music and stuff? Please feel free to join me. And there it is. And maybe I'll let you in. Who knows? What have I got here? Wow, this is good when you get an album and you're like, what the hell is this? Oh, it's another shoegaze band. Dive. D-I-I-V. Live set from, where were they when they did this? Murmur Theater. I have no. Oh, it's in Brooklyn. Okay. New York. Live. Dive. D-I-I-V. I love Dive. Sort of, not ambient, but low-key shoegaze, kind of just a lot going on. Their instrumentation is just fascinating. Their new album is stellar. Something about frogs. I can't remember the name of it. This came out record store day. It was impossibly hard to find. I got lucky that Rough Trade had it, and I could order it. It took forever to get here, but I finally got it, and I was very, very, very glad to get this. Is this not anything special? Yeah, kind of. There you go. It has a sort of like gold black splatter-ish look to it. It's pretty cool. Matches the front cover, that's for sure. More or less. All right, that was Dive from 2023. All right, we're going to talk about a band that I love forever. Jack, feel free to jump in. If I can. I don't know how to do that. Jack, if you can click on that link, it might jump you right in and I can bring you on. But in the meantime, I'm going to talk about a band that I've been into for quite some time called Preab Sprout. They're 80s kind of low-key pop group. It took me a long time to get into these guys because they're kind of low-key for that era of 80s music. But they did an album called Steve McQueen that in the United States was called Two Wheels Good. The album is stunning, but then this is a RSD acoustic rendition of the songs on Steve McQueen. So the track list is really hard to get it on there. There it is. Appetite, fantastic song. Bonnie, classic. When Love Breaks Down, I had actually karaoke that song because it's so good. Fair and Young is another one of their classic songs. So it's another one of those bands that made it fairly big in the UK, but kind of went in the United States. They made some really classic albums. Two or three that come to mind, but I absolutely love that Steve McQueen album. So it's definitely my thing. And I see coming to the stage, what, Jack?
Hey.
How are you, man?
Doing good.
Doing good. Happy Friday. What's going on?
Just made some dinner.
Yeah. What did I eat for dinner? I'm trying to remember what I had. Oh, I made chili. I did crockpot chili and had it going all
Ooh,
day. It's great.
I love chili, man.
I love chili. Chili is my jam. What are you having?
Made some butter noodles.
Okay, that works.
Yep.
Jack! Emma's screaming at you. Jack!
Hey.
Emma's being shy today. I don't mind. It's fun. This was impromptu for me. I was watching Alex's beer and vinyl thing he just did earlier.
Yeah, his video.
Yeah, and I was like, I should just do a live stream. And I kind of commented on his video. It's like, hey, I'm thinking about doing a live stream. Want to join? Yeah, I didn't hear anything. It's okay. Good to see you, Jack.
Yeah, it's nice to see you. I was listening to an album and then I saw you live. Like, I gotta jump in.
You what?
I was listening to an album, then I saw you were live. I was like, hey, that's perfect. I'll jump in.
Why not? This is I feel this is what I'm learning about the VC. If you jump in and go, you just know what's going to happen, and it's a good time. Look who's here! Hey, Jack and Richard, good to see you both. Just wanted to say hi.
Hey.
Now back to Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Dude, can't you watch like Little Mermaid or something? I don't know. Jack, are you a Pearl Jam guy?
I love their the singles off that the first album. I love those.
And oh my God! And, the stories I could tell you. Who got me into Pearl Jam? It was my friend Suzanne. The first job I was teaching at. I started teaching in 1990, and I was living in this little town in Colorado about the size of that.
Wow!
And have you heard of this band called Pearl Jam? I'm like, no. I think I had just heard of Nirvana because they both came out about the same time.
Yeah,
and you just get this album 10, of course, CD. Of course, we didn't have albums anyway. Get their album 10. You will love it. And I went out, bought it, put it on my CD player, and I'm like, oh my God. Pearl Jam became sort of like my Bible of grunge for the longest time. Ooh. And 1992, I got to go to Lollapalooza 92, came to Denver. So we made the trek. It's like 6 hours away from Denver.
Wow.
And yeah, it was an adventure. And went to Lollapalooza, saw Lush and Ministry, Ice-T, Red Hot Chili Peppers, Pearl Jam, Ministry. Who else was on that bill? I can't remember.
That is a lineup. Holy.
The lineup was insane, and I still have not this hat, but there was a Lollapalooza hat. It was a black hat. It had the embossed logo on it, and I still have that hat to this day. So it's like a 30-year-old hat. Anyway, so Pearl Jam, yeah. I remember Eddie Vedder climbing up the.
Oh yeah, I heard those stories. Yeah.
And yeah, that stuff happened.
Wow,
it was nuts, man. It was crazy. But then the next time I saw Pearl Jam was co-headlining with Tom Petty.
That's strange.
I was, they were kind of getting into their later albums, kind of do have that sort of Americana-ish feel to them. So that, I guess they could have paired well with Tom Petty. It should have been like a Tom Petty, Neil Young, Pearl Jam thing. That would have been awesome.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
yeah. But it was, Petty opened. No, Pearl Jam opened, and then Petty closed it, and it was awesome. It's the only time I ever saw Tom Petty.
Wow.
So yeah.
Did you know any of the songs? Any Pearl Jam songs? Whenever you put the CD on, or was it like all new to you?
What, Pearl Jam?
Yeah. Like when you first.
Oh, it was like I have never heard any of this stuff.
That is cool.
MTV. I had MTV when I was in college. Then when I got out on my own, it's like, you're trying to like build your life type thing. Mm-hmm. I don't remember if I had MTV when I had cable. I first moved out on my own. But I do remember seeing like the Jeremy video and all those, and it's just like, oh my god, this is so good. So, but anyway, so when I found out that this was coming out for RSD last year, this was like my number one pick, and it is, oh my god, the stuff on here, even flows on here, spin the black
Oh, yeah,
circle,
that's good.
given to fly. Oh, I love that song. State of Love and Trust, Alive, of course, Black, of course.
Yep.
Just Animal. Oh my god, I remember when Versus came out. I played Animal on repeat, just over and over and over and over. Just, yeah. And then I got old. Kidding. Anything new in your vinyl world?
I think I was listening to the Tame Impala album before I came on.
Oh,
Yeah. I think it was the second one, Lonerism. That's got the song Elephant on it.
okay. How is it?
It was good. It was very good. It's kind of like psych rock and like psychedelic pop. It's good. I'm surprised that came out of like 2000s, even like kind of late, because that's like 2012.
No kidding.
Yeah.
It's true. Bear with me. I'm trying to navigate this whole StreamYard thing. It is tricky trying to figure out some of the stuff, I tell you. Yeah. Do I have anything else on the show? Not really. That's about it. What I show like 30 albums. That was like almost everything I bought in 2023.
Wow.
For the most part. I mean, it's a lot, but that was the year that I went absolutely ballistic buying records was during quarantine.
That makes sense.
I swear, I think either Amazon or somebody was dropping off packages at my house every day, it seemed. I had so many fucking albums that year.
Wow.
It's like, where do I begin trying to narrow this down? And started running out of space. I have like Calyx units over here and 2 in that room. And
holy.
I have a lot of albums. I have over 2,000 albums.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
That's the same CDs Glenn has.
Well, that's my overstock of CDs.
Wow.
I have a wall of CDs in my living room that's 1,200. I think I have 1,400 CDs and about 2,000 albums.
Dang.
That's 50 years though, man. So,
yeah, that makes sense, definitely.
Yeah.
I'm already at like 150 CDs, and I've only been doing this for 3 years, and I still want plenty more.
Oh, I'm sure you'll find them.
Yeah.
Plenty. Oh my word! All right, how many? Oh, I've been on almost exactly an hour. Wow.
Yep.
How did I manage that? I got lucky. So I don't know if you saw my first live stream that Emma was here. Hi, Emma.
Hey.
What's up, girl?
What's going on?
Not much. Gonna turn this down just a tad.
All
I was just saying, like my first live stream where you were coaching me through all this, and then Richard McCook comes on from the United Kingdom. It's like 2:00 in the morning his time, and I was just like gagging because I was just stunned. I was like, "Wait, what?"
Yeah,
it's crazy, this little YouTube world.
It is nuts. How you doing, girl?
I'm doing. Need some groove therapy this week. It's not been the best week, so.
I'm sorry. I'm just doing water. I'm boring. I was at Dry Dock all afternoon.
Ooh.
Yeah, they were doing their 19th anniversary, and they were doing their original line of beers for $3 a pint.
Well, I can't believe I wasn't there. That probably made me feel that much better.
That would have been worth a flight to fly to Denver to go.
I would have. I swear. At this point, I'm like, I go anywhere.
Oh, sorry.
It's all right. Just a week.
Oh, did you have conferences this week?
Huh?
Did you have conferences this week?
No, I had conferences a couple weeks ago, which was fun. Yeah.
Because I know my school district is on fall break right now. They have conferences next week. And I'm like, oh, you poor people, to have conferences the week after fall break when you probably spend fall break doing report cards and crap. And I'm like,
Yeah. It could be
Yeah,
long.
I definitely don't miss that.
No, I don't blame you, Jack.
yeah. Welcome to the wonderful world of teaching. Woohoo!
Never ends.
It never ends. The fun never stops. Hey,
So
Emma,
I like to come on here to. Usually, this helps.
yeah, it's music therapy.
Yeah, call it groove therapy. I have a group chat. I don't know if you know John at the Digital Gramophone and Bill at the Vinylverse, and there's someone else. His name's Jeff. He used to make videos, Jeff Kempen, but he doesn't do videos anymore. And then Tim at High Noon's Vinyl. We've been in a group chat for like 5 years, and they've become some of my best friends.
Wow.
Yeah, and yeah, we call it groove therapy.
It is group therapy. That'd be like you should do like the group therapy VC meet and greet in
yeah, right.
wherever.
Oh man,
that would be funny.
Yeah. So how many records did you show? I just popped in when you were showing that Husker do, so my ears must have been burning or something.
I've been on for an hour, so I was kind of going through like all the stuff that I had picked up in 2023, kind of prepping for getting ready for that top 10 video for 2024. Like, yeah, right. I'm not there yet.
Those are going to be popular. I've already been seeing rumblings on Instagram and stuff of people starting to get all their 2024 listening in.
Oh, God, it feels like it's too early. You know?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I'm sure there's going to be so many, there's going to be a lot of great music coming out, I think, over the next couple of months.
It's just,
you see the Tears for Fears, they're coming out with a new album this month?
I've not.
Yeah,
I had no idea.
I think it's the 25th, I think they're coming out with it. Yeah.
Well, I know you're excited about that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like their last one, too. That was like 2 years ago.
Their last one was good. Yeah. It was really good. Okay, I'll have to keep an eye out on that. I had no idea that was coming out.
Yeah, it's got a I'm not really sure. It kind of looks like an AI album cover, but it's just like a flower field, and then the astronaut is just standing in it. But I'm not really sure how to think about that, but it's kind of cool.
That's my mood, just a flower field, and I'm the astronaut, just like, where am I? What is going on?
They released some singles, but I don't want to listen to it yet. I want to wait for the whole album.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like the only band that I could relate to on that level is Cheap Trick, but I do, when they release the singles, I listen to it right away. As much as I would love to wait for the full album to come out and just kind of blind listen to it. Blind listen? You know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. No, I'm a sucker for that.
Cheap Trick, you're allowed to do that.
I know.
Yep.
I miss the Cheap Trick record store day stuff. I hate that they stopped that.
One of the ones that I was looking through that when I was doing that EP thing, and I found those two Cheap Trick 10 inches. By the way, did you know about that bonus 7-inch that came with the first one?
Yes, and I think I have extras if you need one or want one. So I have I think I just have because I have a few of those, just found all the parts EP, but then I just collect the 45s and stuff as I see them, and sometimes they're just out of that packaging. So let me know. I have a bunch of them.
Okay. We'll talk.
Okay.
But anyway, I found that one of the things that I had picked up that I'd almost forgotten about was that RSD Live Cheap Trick thing. The 77, I think it was. I can't remember what year it was. But I found that. I was like, oh, what? I forgot I had that.
Yeah, I think it was 1980, maybe. So
I could go grab it. It's over there.
it has a really great I love when they do like the Beatles covers. I love Day Tripper on there. Yeah. And they used to, a couple of years ago, Magical Mystery Tour was in their live set for, I mean, pretty religiously for a couple of years.
That would be fun.
Yeah, and I was like so excited every time they played it because they do a really nice job with it.
I've never seen Cheap Trick.
Ever? Boo. We need to change that.
I know. They don't exactly tour.
I mean,
well, other than like with Journey or something, I'm like, yeah, I don't want to see them open. I want to see them headline, you know?
Yeah, and I totally support that. I mean, they have definitely in the last maybe 10 or 15. I mean, I feel like they've for a really long time have just enjoyed like especially summer tour schedules opening for other bands. That seems to be the trend with them. I don't know exactly the why. I guess what you just go out and get paid money and play like a 45-minute set, I guess. But
yeah, then go drink beer.
Then yeah. But yeah. But sometimes I know like this fall they have like a mini, or winter, they have like a mini Midwest thing, and then sometimes in the spring they'll do some headlining shows. So it's just, you just kind of have to keep an eye out. They've been doing a lot of casino shows. You can tell that they're getting, that's their demographic now.
It was like the last time one of the first concerts I ever went to was Sammy Hagar and Molly Hatchet opened. And good double bill because I just remember Molly Hatchet being loud as
yeah.
And Hagar is Hagar. I've always loved Sammy Hagar. But anyway, several years ago, it came up in like one of the local newspapers, like, "Oh, Molly Hatchet's coming to town." It's like, "Ooh, that could be interesting." And they were playing a casino up in the mountains. So I'm like, "Yeah, no."
I'm gonna pass. I will say though, one of my favorite Cheap Trick shows that I've been to, and I've probably seen them about 30 times. But it was but it was I know, I feel like it should be more. I know you said that as a joke, but I'm like, only 30. It was at a casino show in Bowler, Wisconsin.
Really?
I didn't even know there was a Bowler, Wisconsin until that show. But it was a blast. It was a lot of fun.
Huh. And the place was like that big.
It was so tiny. Yeah.
Where the stage is like as big as your living room. If it's
but I remember it specifically because I had just turned 21. Like, I don't know, 2 months prior to that. Yeah. So I definitely had a lot of fun at that show.
I'm sure you did.
Yeah. That's probably why I loved it so much.
Party!
Oh yeah. Surrender is probably my favorite song by them. That chorus is just catchy.
It's so good. Yeah. I mean, I would say like Cheap Trick's the band. A lot of people, they'll like, especially if you're a fan of a band, right? Their favorite song won't be like their big song or hit song. It's not mine, but like I feel like they're a band where when people tell me like, "Oh, like Surrender's my favorite Cheap Trick song," I'm like, I totally get it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because like with Journey, like everybody says "Don't Stop Believing," and I'm like, that is not my favorite Journey song.
Yeah, no.
At all. Not even close,
Mine's a Wheel in the Sky. I like
Wheel in the Sky for you.
That's a good one. Yeah.
My favorite Journey song is Be Good to Yourself.
Ooh.
I don't know.
Yeah. That's always been such a catchy song.
Mine would be, trying to think, there's so many good things on Departure, which is sort of like their bubbling under the surface album. But the first one to come to mind is Escape, the title song of Escape. I just love Neil Schoen's guitars on that song are just nuts.
Yeah.
So that was a fun one.
And Lights used to be one of my favorites.
Lights is
good. Yeah.
It's like, where are all my Journey albums? They're over there.
I used to have a couple. I don't think I still have them. I think I may have purged them, but they weren't in the best shape to begin with.
Look, she's so mean. I'm close. Hang on. Ah! I don't know if that's one over there. What do I have? I have Departure, which is arguably my favorite Journey album. Although I would love to get into their early stuff, which is all proggy and whatnot. I've heard of those, but I haven't heard them. A sealed copy of Escape and Frontiers. I like Frontiers too. It's a good album.
Separate Ways is on that, yeah.
That one's interesting. What's on here? Separate Ways, yeah, that's a killer song. Rubicon. What a closer for an album. Rubicon's a great song. So that's my Journey stuff. I don't think I have any. I might have early Journey on CD, but they're in another room. So we'll put those down there. This is what I hate about doing live streams and videos. Is when you're done, you have to clean up your house.
Oh, that's the worst.
Yeah.
There have been a couple of live streams where it's like all of a sudden I look down. Wasn't there like a time I just pulled out my entire like Lou Reed collection?
Yes.
I remember all of a sudden I looked down the next morning and they're just scattered across my entire music room. And I'm like, I don't know what happened.
It looks like a bomb went off in my office. I'm like, what the hell?
It's like, what?
Records everywhere. And then like all the sleeves.
Yeah, are just like thrown around.
This one doesn't fit on this one. What happened?
I don't pay attention to where I throw them. I do.
Just tossing them. Well, when you're doing your like random picks, because you're going,
you
know.
Yeah. I always pull out a couple of records though, just so I know where like I need to put that record back in. Yeah, I have like a method to the madness here.
Yeah, I think I've seen Embryonic Robot Brian. He did that. I think I've seen in the back of his videos he has some pulled out.
He has it pulled out a little bit. Yeah. Speaking of which, I love Brian.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He's amazing. He's one of the ones I want to just ask him flat out, how many records do you have? He has a lot.
Oh yeah.
He genuinely just seems like a really genuinely nice guy.
Yes.
Yes. Sometimes you don't know. Sometimes people fake you out.
You get meet them in person and it's like, my God, what a jerk.
You do. Listen, I know from experience.
Shh, don't tell.
Yeah. But Brian seems like he is the kindest individual.
Yes, I totally agree.
Yeah,
totally agree. Just so.
Any Smiths fan's got to be nice.
The way didn't he just like post a video where he was reading this book or something? Like
yes,
he was reading John. Yeah, and I was like, I just want to listen to this and like I want this to be my bedtime story. Like he has such a soothing voice.
That's like, and for me, it's like any video with Mazzy. I love Mazzy's voice.
I love Mazzy's voice too.
You could just read the phone book and I would be enamored.
Yeah.
There was a day
There
was a day
I'm just missing the fedora.
I love his hats too. Those are fantastic.
Yes.
But there was a day I went back to his old videos and I watched a bunch of them. I got addicted. I was like, I watched a lot. They were fun.
Yeah, Mazzy, he started, I think, either just before I did or just after.
Oh,
so
wow.
we've been, yeah. So, like, it's been cool to watch his channel just explode.
Huge. Yes.
Yeah.
And I think it's 90% his personality and his presentation. It's just like he could be an announcer on, pick a show.
Yeah. But he has the stories too. I mean, the way that, you could just use the whack-a-moles as a very basic example. But I mean, for a guy that probably has 10,000 pieces, if not more, of just physical media, whether vinyl or CDs, he can just pull something out and spend 20 minutes telling a story about where he was when he first bought this album or listened to this song or just random music facts. And I mean, that's unbelievable.
100%.
Yeah.
And then, him going back in history, it's like, oh, I went to the Fillmore and I saw Jefferson Airplane doing this and this, and Grace Slick did that.
Yeah.
And I was just sitting there going, he's like a walking historian encyclopedia of rock history.
He is, yes. And I think that's why, and then he just has a great personality.
Yeah.
Too. Yeah.
Totally agree. So,
I'm hoping that next summer, or I guess this coming summer, I have an opportunity to meet him. That is the
oh my God,
plan
that'd be
so
awesome.
far. Yeah.
I would be almost starstruck to meet him. It's just like I would feel
yeah.
You have that sort of intellectual playing field when you meet someone. You're just kind of like, Mazzy's kind of here, and I think I'm here.
It's like, what do you even say?
It's like, hi, whoa, you're so cool.
Yeah.
Will you read the phone book?
For you, Richard, if I meet him, I'm gonna have him read part of the phone book for you.
Good luck finding one. They don't make phone books anymore.
Yeah. I'm sure Mazzy has one. Okay, I'm sure if
probably from
anyone in the GC has one, it's Mazzy.
Yeah, it's probably from 1966. He stole it from the Fillmore. Or something.
Yeah, and he has a story behind it about Hendrix using. I don't know.
Yeah, Grace Slick drooled on this. I'm like, oh man, really? Stop.
And he'll say it so nonchalantly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like this happens in everyday life. And doesn't everybody have this experience? No. It's hilarious. It's so true. I love this sort of like, look at this age differential here. Like, I'm almost 60. You're like 30-ish, and you're what, 19?
Yes.
That's a nice little. We're the generation stream.
Ooh, let's put that out here.
There you go.
The generation stream.
Someone write it down. Take it before someone steals it. The tens of people watching, or
tens of people. Oh, that's my question on live stream. How do you tell how many people are watching you?
I think you have to look it up.
You have to go onto YouTube and see where.
Yeah. Right now we have 2, and one of them is me.
We're famous. Woo!
Oh yeah.
Whatever. Hey, FEA is here. Woo-hoo.
Hey, FEA. FEA, June.
We love FEA.
June.
Awesome. I'm starting to watch a lot more of his stuff too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he was watching. Alex is watching Texas Chainsaw. We don't know why.
Isn't that in a Ramones song? That Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
I don't know.
Maybe.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I think it's on their first album, maybe.
Was it on their debut?
So I kind of can.
You can hear it.
Yeah, hear it in my
Jack knows. Jack's jamming with himself.
Yeah.
You hear it in his headphones. It's playing back there. No, I'm kidding.
I love spooky season. You're like so.
I'm not a big Halloween guy. I'm not the how some neighborhoods just go crazy.
Just crazy. Yeah.
20-foot skeletons and shit in their yard. And
Yeah.
No.
I don't really decorate, but I do like just the vibe, I guess. I don't know.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I like all the pumpkin stuff. That's my favorite.
Like pumpkin flavored?
Yeah. Because I have even you got the candy corn. You got the. I don't care for lattes.
Candy corn is pretty controversial, Jack.
I know. Yeah.
Now this stream is heating up.
Don't go there. No. Kidding. Yeah, pumpkin. I don't like the smell of pumpkin. I don't like pumpkin pie. Someone offered me a pumpkin latte, and I'm like, thank you.
Yeah. I like pumpkin lattes.
I need to try one.
Yeah. Around this time of year, like last week I listening to a bunch of records that I picked up over the last like month to like get into the season and get some pumpkin beer. And I got the pumpkin, and I'm like, I don't know if I like this. And I was like, it's almost too sweet, like pumpkin flavored drinks and things like that. Even like the lattes and
Exactly.
sweet. Yeah.
It just tastes like, coffee candy type. Yeah.
Yeah. I remember loving it, but I don't know. Maybe Richard, maybe it's just we're just getting old.
Speak for yourself. I turned 60 in December, and I'm like,
What day?
December 19th. My
December
birthday's a week
19th.
for Christmas.
Wow, that's right. That's very close to my mom's.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Hers is Christmas Eve. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
I think that's
I know
close
so
to
many people that have birthdays on Christmas Day. They'd be like, God, that sucks.
it has to be
Oh, yeah.
horrible.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I had a friend. Well, I guess not really a friend. I had an acquaintance in high school, a girl that I knew that she was born on Christmas Day, and like her family created like a summer birthday for her so that she could celebrate separately to Christmas as a holiday. So
I totally
I would
endorse
get that. Yeah, me too.
100%. Yeah, I can't tell you how many times, like, here's your Christmas birthday present. I'm like, thanks so much. I wasn't that bad, but you think that. You're just kind of like, yeah, well.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, really. It's like, thanks.
Yeah.
Oh, well. I can't help it. I was supposed to be born January 1st. So I was born like 3 weeks early. I was in a hurry.
Yeah, you were like, get me in.
I want to hear music. Come on. Now. Well, my first video we were talking about like the 5 influential albums thing. I distinctly remember being 4 years old in our living room. We were living in Florida at the time, and my dad was pulling out that Elvis Group Golden Records album, put it on, was playing Hound Dog, and I'm just like staring at the album cover going, this music is amazing. I'm 4 years old.
Wow.
It was 56 years ago almost. I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah. Jack, did you go through an Elvis phase when you were younger?
I think just recently because of the movie.
Recently, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I went through a major Elvis phase probably when I was 12 or 13. So I feel like that's just like a rite of passage in the music world. Like it just at some point you just have to cross. It's like Elvis, the Beatles, then you hit the Stones, and then it just changes because you're like, whoa. You're like, this is a little different.
Yeah.
It is. There are those rites. That would be a good video. Rites of
rites of passage.
Artists or albums.
Richard, that could be a fun little like stream.
I think so too. We should get some like several of our little heads together.
Yeah. Hey, I'm in.
Yeah, Jack, you, me, Trevor, Alex, Sam.
Yeah. No, Trevor would be a lot of fun.
Trevor's hysterical. I love Trevor.
I love Trevor. Yeah. It's funny. He I really only watch football for the Bears, which this season's been good.
Ooh.
It's been okay. I'm gonna jinx it though. But we'll message back and forth on Sunday about like the most random football stuff, and I'm like, I don't know what I'm even saying right here, but this sounds about right. He's hilarious.
That's funny. I remember your little live stream that you did last week? You and Trevor?
We did recently do one.
Yeah. And
I
know what it was. I found out about it like 10 minutes after you were done. And I was
because you said you fell asleep or something. Yeah. I was like, I don't know what I was talking. Maybe I was talking to him about Seattle or something like that. And then I went off to make dinner. And then all of a sudden I come back and I open up the YouTube app and he's live just doing this like impromptu thing. And I'm like, you're alive? And he's like, yeah, come on up. And I'm like, okay.
That's so funny.
Yeah. I love those like impromptu streams.
Well, that's like this one. I was just like, oh, why not? I did Saturday last week, and thank you again for coaching me through that, because I was just like, I don't know what to do.
You did great.
That was a fun one. I like watching that.
You know, that's a feedback I've gotten. I've just been like, wow, that was such a good. I was like, what was good about that? I felt completely lost. It was like,
it was good.
It was fun. It was fun.
Good.
I'm wishing I kept it, but oh well, whatever.
Yeah.
We'll see what I do with this one. I don't know. What else did we talk about?
I can show you my. I got this recently. Oh,
Ooh, love it.
Ooh,
classic. Diamond Down.
What's your guys' favorite album, if you have one, of David Bowie?
A Bowie.
This
is a close one to Ziggy.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Heroes. That's the one I've listened to. That's the one I've listened to the most. So.
Yeah, for
or
Heroes,
Low.
Yeah, Low. Yeah. For Heroes, for me, I just kind of felt like some of the songs were a little bit silly. I mean, it makes sense.
That's probably why I like it.
Yeah, I think Brian Eno makes a lot of stuff for me sounds silly, or like because it's like art rock, and that's kind of what art rock is a little bit.
Right.
But I like this stuff he did with Roxy Music. Like the first Roxy Music album, I didn't really care for the vocals, but his instrumentation behind it, that was just some of the best things I've ever heard. Like that instrumentation was really good. I like that.
I'm going to admit to being late-ish to really getting into Bowie. Sadly, I'm not going to say it took his death for me to get into Bowie, but that was when I really started digging into the catalog.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, Scary Monsters, I love that album.
Ooh.
It's so good.
You said you didn't like Spooky Season, Richard. It fits right in.
Scary Monsters. Love it. Can you tell I like doing karaoke?
Richard, if we ever meet in person, we're going out for some karaoke.
Yes.
We're going out for some flights and karaoke.
Yep. And I'm going to say, hi, we need Bob Mould karaoke. Who's that?
Yeah, who?
What? You don't have, what's that one? Oh, shit, I can't think. Was it Sunshine Rock? I love it.
Sunshine Rock, yeah.
Well, Sunshine Rock is a good song too. But what's the one? Damn it, I can't. Don't you hate your mind just go? And you're in a live stream. Yeah, that one.
We'll just start karaokeing the like Husker do something I learned today or something. Huh?
What's that slow one he has? The Bob Mould. Oh, he has a bunch of
slow Bob Mould.
I mean, mellow. There you go. I know somebody showed me one of his mellow ones, but
maybe Workbook, like that album, is a little more.
Yeah.
Like Sunspots. That's pretty.
Sunspots is kind of low key.
Yeah.
Most Workbook is pretty low key too.
Yeah, so it might be Workbook.
It might be like anything off of Workbook. I don't know.
Yeah. Definitely different from everything else.
Yeah, I definitely didn't. I didn't know who this guy was. So I saw on your Instagram, Emma.
I love him. Yeah, I love that man.
I think this is how Emma and I sort of hooked. It's like, you like Bob Mould. I love Bob Mould. Oh my God, Bob.
Because you don't really hear like people talk about Bob Mould a lot. Like maybe you'll hear people mention Husker Du, or they'll show Copper Blue from Sugar, but you don't hear a lot of people actually name drop Bob Mould. Yeah.
I'm thinking of doing a deep dive that would include like just maybe not rank ordering, but just talking about.
That'd be so much fun.
Husker Du, Bob Mould, and Sugar. And
that's such a good idea, Richard.
Yeah.
Just like start from the beginning and work your way up. That'd be fun.
Yeah. Early Husker Du was just a punk mess because they were so strung out on drugs and shit. But then it got really good, and then it kind of fell apart. And yeah, and I'm not gonna say I was there for the whole thing, but I got in. My first Husker Du album was Zen Arcade, which was their second album. So
something I learned today.
We're bouncing them.
Yeah. Oh, after seeing that show, my neck was. It's still not right, Richard, after going to that was like a month ago. I was headbanging way more than I thought I was.
The thing that cracks me, I've seen Bob Mould a billion times. I've met him a couple of times, thanks to a friend of mine in DC, and nicest guy on earth. Oh my God. He's just
sweetest.
Wonderful guy to talk to.
Yeah.
But the funniest thing is, like, I've noticed that I get older, and every time I go to see Bob Mould, the crowd gets older too. So the last time I saw him was in Boulder, smallish theater, and it looked like, I don't think anyone in the crowd was much younger than me. So it's like 50-year-old, mostly male types, all sitting there just
going as hard as they. Yeah.
It's hilarious.
It is. Yeah.
But, yeah, and just moshing and
the full thing. Yeah.
It was. Oh my God, it's so much fun.
Oh, I need to go see him again now. It's so much fun. Yeah, even the solo electric stuff's just a blast.
Yes, a friend of mine is in Austin right now, and he sent a picture of a theater in Austin that's playing, that Jawbreaker is playing on the 20th, and I'm like, and he goes, I have to go home. He lives in Idaho. I have to be home in Idaho, and I'm like, stay another day. Go see Jawbreaker. Holy shit! What are you thinking? And he's not going to. I'm like, you're an idiot. You live once. Do it. So instead, the guy who isn't going to Levitation in Austin because I can't make it work for me. And I'm like, I'm off that entire week. What the fuck? Yeah. Why am I not going to Austin to go see Slow Dive and Ariel? You would like Ariel, Emma. Have you heard of Ariel? They're bless you. They're a shoegaze band out of Chicago.
Ooh.
And
maybe I have heard of them.
AIRIEL.
AIRIEL. Okay.
And anyway, they have like a whole bunch of EPs, a couple of albums, and then they've just kind of reformed. But anyway, they're playing. It's Slow Dive with Ariel, Drop 19s, and somebody else. And I'm like sitting there going, I want to go, and I'm not going.
Why?
I don't know.
Well, go. When is it?
I can't afford it.
Yeah.
It's like Halloween weekend, something like that. But we'll see. I think I'm at that point in my life where I'm just like, it's too much work to plan all that crap.
It is. Traveling is so much work.
Especially now.
I don't know why.
Traveling used to be so easy. Get a ticket, fucking go. Now it's like true.
It's true. Why is it so complicated now?
I don't know. I planned like a 10-day trip to London. It took like 10 minutes. Why is this so hard? I don't get it.
Hopefully I can go to London. I want to go to London one day.
Oh my God, London is an
amazing
city. Amazing city. Some great venues. I went to the 100 Club where Sex Pistols played way back when. No, I did not see the Sex Pistols, sorry. But I did see a Scottish band called the Twilight Sad, who opened for The Cure for most of their last two tours. And I saw the Twilight Sad at the 100 Club on their first tour because I just found their music on the internet. And I'm like, oh my God, this is so good. I would love to see these guys. They're playing at the 100 Club the week you're in London. Okay.
Perfect.
So I went. And yeah, stunned. I was, oh my god, this is so good. And I've seen them how many times? I saw them play in Denver. I saw them open for The Cure several years ago too. So
That's the best. Just like randomly coming across a band or artist, and it's like the best thing ever.
That was me for Lemon Twigs. I just found they
yeah.
released their single. What was it? Golden Years.
Golden Years. Oh,
I saw that. Like there's a first. I think it was the first day of this year, and I was just on YouTube, and in my recommendation, I was like, oh, okay, I clicked on that. I was like, this does not sound like anything nowadays. It sounded like other stuff back. I was like, wow. And then I listened to their first album. And I was hooked on that for so long.
The Twigs are so good.
So yeah.
I just started getting into them too about earlier this year, and it's been a fun little deep dive into their discography.
Yeah. A fun one is Song for the General Public, the song Leather Together. That's a catchy song.
Yeah.
That song.
I haven't seen any concerts this year. Why? It's October.
None?
Oh wow.
Nothing. I've seen nothing.
Richard.
I know. I was going to go see the National and the War on Drugs, and the weather was just yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so we need to get you out to a show then.
I know. Every time I look at the Red Rocks list, it's like, oh, okay, Red Rocks. Literally, it's like 45 minutes from my house. Wow. Easy peasy. And it's like, what's playing? And or there's one of two things happens. There's either like nobody want to see, that they play a lot of those like dub, trance bands and EDM type things, and I'm like, no, I don't want to go see that. Or it's something that will sell out in 12 minutes, 12 seconds, and I guess I'm not going. I could go see Sting next year, but I've seen Sting at Red Rocks.
So
I know. I like that. I still think there's a part of me that just preferred to like teeny weeny venues of the bands that are up and coming, rather than the established bands that are selling out mega stadiums. I don't want like Iron Maiden is playing downtown. I've never seen Iron Maiden. That would be really interesting. They're playing in a giant basketball arena. Yuck.
Yeah.
No, I don't want to see that. So
I agree with you. Like the last arena show that I went to was to see ELO, and before that, I probably hadn't been to an arena or stadium show. Well, I did see the Stones, but outside of this year, I can't remember the last time I've been to like a giant venue like that in like 2 or 3 years. It's a lot of work.
I think for me, the last arena tour I went to was U2, and that was years ago.
Yeah.
So
it's just busy and packed in and
impersonal. It's impersonal.
Yeah.
Until the show starts, and then you're
introverted me doesn't like it.
Right. But it's like I was saying earlier when I started this thing and I was going through talking about the National. I saw the National on the Alligator Tour, Boxer Tour, small venue. What's it? Velvet something. Whatever that album is. I saw that at Red Rocks. Then when, now they're playing this fairly not mega arena, but big venue near downtown with the War on Drugs. And I'm like, but I saw the War on Drugs in this place. I saw the National in this place. I don't want to see the National in this place.
Yeah.
So at 14 times what I paid to see them the first time.
Yeah, I get it.
So. I saw Foreigner recently.
Who's that?
Yeah. They're pretty cheap too. It's only like $80 for a ticket, and Loverboy opened up. So
I love Loverboy.
So yeah,
hearing that song, that was who. And then I think there was maybe one original member left in Foreigner, so it wasn't Lou Gramm wasn't there, but it was the guy that joined in 2005. He had one album with him. Yeah, Mick Jones, but I don't think he was there because he was listing off the people the singer was, and then I was like, where's Mick Jones? I didn't hear him, but I think there might have been a bassist that joined semi original, but not really. So I think he might have been there, but it was still fun. I still had a blast. I loved all those songs and then they even left, and then everybody was still there. We were all still in our seats, and then they came back, and I was like, oh wow. So that was pretty cool. And then they did I Want to Know What Love Is, which was my favorite Foreigner song. That was just amazing. Yeah.
Lighters.
Yeah, right.
Or nowadays, phones.
The phones, yeah, the phone light.
Show me.
Yes.
Did the singer come out on like those high rises during the show? That was a staple for a while.
I think he just came in just on the platform. It was an outdoor theater. I remember that.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, he just came in normal, I think.
Very cool.
But yeah, it was still fun. And then like halfway through it, some guy did like a keyboard solo. I think they were taking a break, so some guy did a keyboard solo, and then some guy did a drum solo. That was pretty cool to watch.
I love.
It kind of sounded like yeah, I do. Kind of sounded like Hop for Teacher, the beginning of it.
Oh, really?
Oh.
Yeah, he was like, yeah. Yeah, that was. I had a fun time. It was my first actual concert.
Oh, really? That was your very first concert?
Yeah. Yep.
You said Loverboy opened?
Yep, Loverboy opened.
Don't you
I go way back with Loverboy because I live near the Canadian border. So a lot of the Canadian bands' music would kind of filter into my area because it was a college town. And yeah, I heard Turn Me Loose way before it got big. And I was like, oh my God, I want this album so bad. And now I was like, yay, got the new Loverboy album.
I didn't know any Loverboy songs except for the big hit, the Working for the Weekend. Yeah. But they played Love in Every Minute of it. That was a decently good song. That's pretty catchy. I like that.
Neat thing about Loverboy, I saw some footage. Loverboy also opened for Sammy Hagar's big tour he did this year, and it was at Red Rocks, and tickets were just extortionately expensive. I would have went to that one. But Loverboy opened, and I saw footage on YouTube. And is it Mike Reno is the lead singer, right? Yeah. Sounds exactly like he did in 1980, whatever the fuck it was. And but he looks like Vince Neil. Damn.
You're right.
Oh, really?
No, you're right.
No, it's like, oh, who's singing? You see this little like
with the bandana on.
Yeah, with the band. Yes. Nothing says 80s like a bandana around your head. Yep.
He comes out with the sunglasses and the bandana.
But he could hit like Turn Me Loose and he hits that high note.
Gotta do
it. And I'm just sitting there going, damn, dude.
I wanna fly away.
That one.
that one that just
the one that, I wanna fly. That one. And he did it.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, he's my age. You go. But maybe lay off the whiskey, wherever the fuck you're drinking, man. Jeez. Oof.
Jeez.
He's a porky little dude. But anyway, my first concert was the Little River Band.
Oh, wow.
Ooh, I was not expecting that.
What were you thinking?
I don't know.
Hagar was my second. Yeah, the Hagar Molly Hatchet thing was my second concert. Little River Band was my first when I went with my sister because I love that Lonesome Loser song. And that was the album that had just come out. Glad I saw that tour because they kind of went within a few years after that. But I have a lot. I could do a whole video on freaking Little River Band albums because I have a lot of them.
Got a bunch of them.
Yeah, they're good. They're another one of my karaoke jams. Not just nostalgia because they sing right in my range.
So it's perfect.
I love that song. It's so great to hear you singing Reminiscing. I'm like, okay, I'll do that song.
What year was that? Did you see him?
70, no, it was later that. It was 81.
81.
No, couldn't be that late. I was only 16. So Doing the math. Hang on. This will take a while. 80, somewhere around there. Again, in my little town in North Dakota. So it's like, why are they playing in North Dakota? I don't know. We actually got a lot of bands that came to my hometown. Kiss came, Ozzy came.
Wow.
Yeah.
A little bit of everybody.
I've seen a lot of shit in my life.
Hey, Rob said he's bored.
You what?
Rob said he's bored. Come on up, Rob.
Oh, I didn't see him. Sorry. I had to put it on big because I can't.
Comment in there.
This is the only thing I don't like StreamYard. You can't have the full screen with the chat.
On StreamYard?
No, you can't have full stream. You can't have it full.
Yeah, you're right.
With the chat on the side.
You have to have the little baby.
Speaking of.
Hey, gang.
Hey.
How's it going, guys?
Pretty good.
Good.
We're talking about life and concerts, and Jack just told us about his first concert ever, and I told him about mine. And Emma, what was your first concert?
My first concert was the Ides of March, and I actually fell asleep for most of the show. It was me and my dad, and we were in the back row, fell asleep. It was at like a local community college, and I ended up falling asleep, and he woke me up because they were about to do Eye of the Tiger, which was a Jim Peters song. And so he's like, you should watch that. And then, so I woke up for that, and they did Eye of the Tiger, and I had like never heard or seen anything like it. Jim Peter comes out with this like over the top Paul Stanley-esque, like shiny guitar flame thing. I don't even know what it was, but it was the coolest thing. So I was hooked ever since.
Did you say, I'm going to come out and see ya?
Yeah. If you say my name,
Oh.
no, thank goodness he didn't, because
Okay, I'm glad. Hey, Rob, what was your first concert?
That depends. I got two answers for it. So, like, there's the first rock concert, and then there's the first show that I was at, which was in a theater. So, this theater one was first, and I went to see Don McLean. Only because I wanted to hear American Pie. I didn't give a shit about the rest of it. And I think I was like 16, and he came to my hometown. So I'm like, damn, why not?
Might as well go. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I love the song American Pie. I think it's brilliant. So 16-year-old me and a whole bunch of 60-year-old people are at a Don McLean show in a theater. The first actual, rock concert, if you will, I saw the Guess Who on their last reunion tour in like 2000, when it was the last time that Burton Cummings and Randy Bachman toured as the Guess Who before Cale and Peterson decided to be assholes and take the name and all that other stuff. So yeah, that was awesome because I'm such a huge Randy Bachman fan. I'm like, yeah, gotta go see that. And that was the reunion that we never ever thought would actually happen because of all the animosity and whatever. But yeah, that was cool. So that was my first.
Okay.
Well, Emma goes, oh, I didn't expect me to say Little River Band was my first concert.
That was not on my bingo card, Richard.
Yeah, I wouldn't have pegged that one either.
No.
Big fan, just saying. But anyway. Yeah, I'm sorry I wasn't cool. It's like, I went to go see Ozzy on his first solo tour. That was my first concert ever, and I was 2. No.
Yeah, Richard, I was expecting that, so I'm a little disappointed.
I'm sorry to disappoint you, my dear. Get over it.
Okay.
Oh, goodness. What else is going on? I need to go get more water soon. I'm dying of thirst.
Yeah, I'm not much. Saw the DBs last Sunday. That was a really great show. I was looking forward to it. I was really excited with it being like a reunion show for original members. You never know though, like going in, like what to expect. I mean, because you can look up like videos and stuff, and I don't know. So I always worry with like those, especially like small venue reunion tours. But they sounded great.
Good.
Yeah, I had a blast.
Did you do that?
That's exactly what I did. That's what I was doing the whole time. A little different. See, that was my different dance from when I went to Bob Mold. That's my D beads dance, Richard.
Yeah, your Bob Mold one
Bob
is
Mold is
right.
My neck's still not the same.
Oh my goodness, this is too funny. God, I feel like I've been on here forever. Well, how long has this been? An hour, almost 2 hours. Holy shit!
It
Damn,
flies by, man.
this has been fun. Why are you bored, Rob? Come on. It's Friday night.
Because I just finished shooting my video for the week, and I don't feel like editing it at the moment.
Edit? Who does that? Come on.
I actually enjoy the editing more than making the videos.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Editing can be fun. Yeah.
You know what? Because it's a skill I didn't have when I started doing this.
Yeah.
And I just figured it out. And I'm always trying to figure out how to do something different. So I've enjoyed the acquisition of the skill. And it's just a bonus to talk about records. But tonight I'm not feeling the creative inspiration. So I made the video and I don't feel like watching TV. And it's either I was like, oh, I'll jump, see if anyone's on YouTube, and if not, I'll go sleeve some records. But you guys are here, so I'd rather hang out with you guys.
My videos are so inconsistent. There's videos that I'll go in and I will do like full editing, and then there's videos that I just post. That's just a one shot deal. There's no method to my madness at all. It's just the most random thing.
The OCD part of me won't let me do that. I see people that are just like, I'll just throw up a quick response to something, and I go, I can't do that. I want to do that. I can't do it.
6 hours later.
Yeah.
I got it down to a science. Like a 15-minute video takes me about 3.5 hours.
Oh, jeez. That's crazy.
That doesn't include rendering the video. That's just, I don't script anything. So if I need to look anything up ahead of time and then pulling the records and setting up and shooting it and then putting it on my laptop, doing the editing, and then watching it back to make sure that there's no errors. That's like 3.5 hours. And then it takes about another hour or two to render. So I usually set it to render on Saturday night when I go to bed, and then it's ready on Sunday morning to upload. So yeah. I wish I could just like shoot something with my phone and send it off.
Send it. Yeah.
The OCD part of me is like, you can't do that, man, because then it's not going to have your intro on it. Like anyone gives a shit. Nobody cares, but
yeah,
I care.
Yeah,
so.
Go ahead, Richard.
I've been tossing around the idea. It's like, maybe I should create an intro. Maybe I should do this. Maybe it's like, do I really? I have 63 subs. Yeah. Do I really want to put that much work into it? But I don't know.
And you don't need it. I mean, shit, look at somebody like Mazzy. He's one of the biggest channels there is. He just gets on there and talks. So it doesn't. Yeah. It's irrelevant.
I don't have Mazzy's velvet voice. But...
No telephone books for Richard.
That'll be my next video. Richard S. reading the phone book.
Be like embryonic robot Brian. Just start reading passages from books.
That was actually really interesting.
It was so good. I loved it. Yeah, I love that. Yeah.
I can't believe episode 10 of that or whatever it is. I'm like, oh my God.
Has anyone ever filmed an entire video, edited it, and then just completely scrapped it? Yeah, no. I've done that. I've done that a handful of times.
Yep, a couple times.
Yeah. You just watch it, it just doesn't, yeah.
Yep.
I did a video. I actually did one of like my third one, I think. Realized I did not have the mic connected to my phone, and my phone is kind of like over there. And I played it back, and I was like, "Why does it sound so low?" And I was like, "Oh shit, I forgot to put the mic on." Damn.
And I've also had the opposite thing where I filmed the video and I edited it, and I wasn't happy with it because what I wanted to do, I didn't think I conveyed. And then I was just like, you know what? Screw it. I'm going to put it up. And the damn thing took off like a rocket. And it's
wow. Happens all the time.
There's no rhyme or reason to it. I don't get it. Nor do I care. I'm not here to be a YouTuber. I'm just here to talk about records just for something to do.
There's that, but it's like, breaking the algorithm. It's like, why did my last video before the other one suddenly get 1,400 views? Why?
Just hit it at the right time.
I got an email from YouTube today, or like a notice in my analytics, letting me know that one of my shorts that I haven't paid any attention to just passed 35,000 views. And I go,
Oh,
most of mine average like 300. And I'm like, how the hell did it get to 35? Fuck, I don't know. Pardon my French. I don't know.
Yeah.
Who
I'm
cares?
just swearing left and right. Go for it.
Yeah. So don't fucking
Listen,
swear, Rob.
I'm swear happy over at Northern Revolutions, but I don't want to speak out of turn if it's
If you see my channel is gone, you'll know why. No, I'm kidding.
it'll be all my fault, and I'll be guilt ridden.
I like the half thing you did, Emma. I like you did it for the contest, and then you also did it for some other video where you did like half the screen you're talking, half the screen was you're showing something.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was I didn't think that was possible. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, I when I edit on my phone, and I barely edit, but when I do, it's just on my phone. It's on iMovie.
Oh wow.
And I just have like certain, like doing the half screens or stuff, or putting like a album cover in the corner. There's just like certain things that I'll add to it. Now it just like, I don't really even need to pay attention while I'm doing it. I just kind of click buttons and put them in there. But like the last video I posted, I don't think I edited anything. I don't think I put pictures in there, but that was about it.
That's what I'm trying to learn. I'm trying to learn, like, if I could put, the picture, the album up here, or a little banner down the bottom. It's like, this is the name of the album and the artist or something. I have no clue how to do that shit, but I'll figure it out. Maybe.
It's easy to do. There's so many ways to do it. iMovie.
A lot of programs. Yeah.
Yeah.
You just have to play around with it.
If you don't want to do that, there's a bunch of free. You can use something like DaVinci Resolve, which is free. It's a pretty damn good editing platform. I use Adobe Premiere Pro, which is crazy expensive, but let's just say my copy requires oven mitts.
Gee. You could write off on your taxes though. Business expense, Adobe.
I could pay for it with all my big YouTube money.
No, your vinyl. What's the vinyl storage solutions money? Yeah,
that actually is big money.
That is.
It's bigger than YouTube.
It is. Yeah, I make 5 times what I make on YouTube from vinyl storage solutions.
Oh, so you made 5 cents. Wow, cool.
Put it this way, I haven't paid for record sleeves in about a year and a half. So
That's nice.
That's, and you know what? I couldn't give a shit about any of it. It's just, if I get record sleeves for free, why not?
I'm in.
I don't care about, with YouTube, it was just like a matter of principle, right? Because if they're making money off my work, I don't care if I make 5 cents. It's just the principle of it.
Yeah.
No, yeah. People ask, what you get on how much money did you make on YouTube? None. Would you monetize? Hell no. I've been on for a month. I don't expect to get monetized ever. So
yeah, I think if I'm lucky, I cash out at the 100 like once a year. So that's if I'm lucky.
I do it about 2 times a year, maybe 3.
Yeah. But I've also I've posted more videos in the last like 6 months than I feel like I have in like 2 years. And it's still like not a lot.
Still, I mean, I know there's a lot of people that have been on this since like before quarantine and before that. This was kind of, for me, it was just really looking around on YouTube. I really wasn't into YouTube at all, and started just, what is on YouTube? And it was like, oh, there's people that talk about records? Cool. And it slowly, you subscribe to this one and that one and Rob's and Emma's and whoever else's. And next thing you know, you're subscribed to 100 channels and, oh, maybe I could do this too.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that how we all started? That's how I started.
The first vinyl community channel that I came across and started to kind of like follow and subscribe and stuff like that was David Naz Nomad, which he doesn't make videos really anymore, but he used to be a handful of years ago super active.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And then from there it just kind of, like you said, you get the suggestions and the suggested videos and you click on those and then all of a sudden I'm here and I'm talking into a camera. So
and don't you feel like an idiot the first couple times you do it?
Oh, I still do.
Oh, I don't even think about it now. The first couple times I did it, and they were terrible. I still have them on my channel, but they're horrible. Yeah. Not that the stuff I make now isn't much better. It's still not very good. But those ones I was nervous as hell because I'm like, people are going to see
sweating.
This. Oh, yeah, right? Yeah. And I showed the first one to my wife, and she goes, you've got to re-record that. I go, why? She goes, because we can hear you breathing the whole damn time. You sound nervous as hell. I'm like, I was nervous as hell. She goes, well, get that shit under control before you post something. So, I think I reshot it like 3 times.
I remember the first person I watched was Larry Graves and Canadian Step Up. And funny enough, it was when I was listening to John Lennon for the first time, and I wanted to see somebody's thoughts on the Wedding album. I was just like looking at the Wedding album, and one of his videos popped up. I was like, oh, and he listened to it. I was like, that's pretty cool. So that's pretty strange, but that's how I got it.
That's a strange place to start.
Yes.
Yeah. I know Larry quite well. He's a good guy, but he's an odd fella.
Yeah. And I think it's with a Glenn, and then it tipped over to everybody else.
Yeah, Glenn. Yeah.
No, it's just weird for me in the last 6 months or so, and getting watching Rob's stream and watching. Yeah, I would say I think I saw Alex's first couple of beer and vinyl things, and it's like, this is interesting. And then Alex would be on Rob's stream, and then somebody would be on Steve's stream or whoever else, and next thing I know, and just all the commenting. I like being in the back watching and commenting, because I think it just helps me kind of organize my thoughts on what might be a relevant comment versus just hi guys. Something that it's usually me too. It's where I start anyway. But having a relevant comment that feeds and helps the stream go somewhere. But I don't know.
Well, it's funny because you were one of the ones that we would see every Wednesday. You were always like, Richard was there every week, and you'd watch the whole thing, and you always had great things to say. And then one day I go into YouTube and I see there's this, who's this Richard S guy as a video? I'm like, holy shit, we get to see what Richard looks like.
Yeah.
This was great. So it was a lot of fun. Look
barely a month ago. It's like
Mr. Sam St. John's watching us right now. Speaking of one of my old live stream buddies.
Actually, Rob, it's Americana Sam.
Yep.
There'll always be Sam St. John and me.
Hey, Sam.
Yeah, no, I still feel so awkward talking into a camera. Like, streaming now feels natural and fine. Still for me it's the strangest thing. I struggle with it sometimes. I'm just like, what am I doing?
Well, Emma, you're a teacher like me, and it is sort of like walking into a classroom having no lesson plan.
The sticky note, yeah.
The
sticky note.
What am I going to say? And the bell rings, and you're on. And I mean, thank God you can always.
That's a good point. Yeah. That's how
what
it feels sometimes. It's like you just press record, but then it's also there's certain times where then you, like you said with teaching, you're on and then you just go, and you're able to fake it till you make it half the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Starting this stream today was the same thing. It was kind of like, what am I going to talk about? I got to create records over here. I'll just start talking about shit I bought last year. Next thing I know, I've been on for over 2 hours.
It does fly by.
It does fly by.
Yeah.
I actually enjoy doing these more than I actually do making my own videos because it's just fun to talk to people.
I have been enjoying streams a lot.
Yeah.
And I had never. I think my first stream was like 4 or 5 months ago. Like it never was like of interest to me. I like watching them, but I never like thought like, oh yeah, I'm gonna jump on a stream. And now I prefer them over videos too.
I heard a rumor you're going to be on one next Wednesday.
Really?
Yeah.
Where'd you hear that
rumor.
from?
I heard a rumor.
I don't know about that.
And young Jack was on one last Wednesday, and it was fantastic.
Yeah.
It's that way.
We had a
was
lot of fun, Jack. That was great.
Yes. Yeah.
Really enjoyed
That
that.
was really fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
enjoyed
was
it.
glad.
Enjoyed it too.
I was glad to be on your thing several weeks ago. That was my very first ever live stream with Rob.
Yeah, that was cool to see that one. Yeah.
That
That
was
was
great.
good.
Well, I wanted to jump on, I wanted to be your first,
Oh. I feel so honored.
But you know what?
I know what you mean.
I was also the first for Jason Arsenault and the first for
Oh.
Alex, so, I like breaking people in,
Apparently.
No, I just thought it was great that you had launched your channel and you'd been watching us for quite a while. I'm like, we got to have Richard on because we need to get to know this fellow that we've been talking to or talking at or whatever for the last
Yes.
however many months. So that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'd be up for doing that again. No problem.
Anytime. We got an opening the week after this one, so
Question for Rob from Americana Sam.
Uh-oh.
How many white t-shirts do you
wow, a lot. Only because I'm sitting here in like gym shorts and a t-shirt, and which is also what I'm going to go to bed in later. So I don't wear white t-shirts when I'm out and about, but this is my equivalent of pajamas. So it is what it is.
So that's what we're wearing then on Wednesday. I need to get a white shirt.
No. Wednesday I'll actually have a
Jay's
proper.
hat. Okay.
I mean, if you should have a Jays hat. Everyone should have a Jays hat. But, this is casual me. White t-shirt. Dressing up me is a t-shirt that's not white and has something on it. Usually a band.
That's funny. Oh my
Thanks,
God.
Sam. You're a smart ass, by the way. I miss you, brother.
Sam. Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I think Jay has dropped off the face of the earth. No one hears from him.
I haven't seen him in ages. What's he doing?
He's busy, way up north, putting out fires.
Oh, okay.
Oh wow,
He's a
Life
firefighter.
and stuff.
that's cool.
He's a firefighter, so he's busy doing that and life and whatever. So yeah,
That's
I
like
talk to him every once in a while over text, but I think he's kind of on indefinite hiatus from YouTube. So
he was fun. I loved that
great.
little banter going between you and Jason and whoever else was on at the time. It was just so funny.
I miss the old gang: Jason, Sam, Alex, me. That was a lot of fun.
Yes.
But you know what? It's great. I love the new. We've sort of pivoted, right? So it's me.
I
And
like
Joe.
the new one too.
He's off the making homemade pizza, listening to Lord Aaron. Yeah, exactly.
Sure, he is. Oh gosh, that's funny. But yeah, I mean, literally, Rob's stream was one of the first streams I ever watched, and then there were like Steve's streams with Marcia P and Trevor, and
I missed that one.
I really do.
Yeah.
I watched some of the ones from the UK. They're kind of hard to follow though, because I don't know. They always go off on some tangent talking about football and cricket and crap, and I'm just like, I don't know who these people.
Wow.
Who are you talking about? Can we talk about Van Halen now? Come on, or what? But it's true. Anything else in the chat? Nope. Right.
Nope, just Sam being a smart ass.
Just Americana Sam.
Yeah, I have to have this on full screen in order to see what's going on. But then when you go on the small one, I can't see you. It's frustrating. I want the full screen with the fucking chat on the side. It'd be nice. Oh, plus when I was watching streams, I'm watching in my living room on a 55-inch TV.
Yes, that's how I watch it.
God.
Right, with big surround sound shit, and it sounds awesome. And now it's on this, and it's like, yeah.
I'm just horrified to think of my head on a 55-inch TV. Right. That's the shit nightmares are made of.
Whoa!
It is. It's freaky. Like I'll have like certain group chats, like Bill from the Vinylverse. We'll send like if we're watching each other, we just have like a thing, and he'll put it up, and I just see like my head, or you see like John at the Digital Gramophone's head, and you're like, I was not made for television. I was made for a little phone camera.
It's like, oh my God, I look like that. Ugh. Yeah, it's funny.
Sometimes I like to screw with my son. We'd be like, he'll want to watch something on YouTube, and he'll want to watch something stupid like, let's watch some idiot play a video game. And so he's only 8, so he's not going to be able to type in some idiot playing a video games, but it'll be up on the TV upstairs. So I'll go to the search box and I'll type Northern Revolutions, and my channel will pop up, and my son will go, no, I don't want to watch. He'll run screaming from the room, which is great.
Damn.
I don't actually watch any of my shit, but it just scares him away, so I don't have to watch some idiot playing a video game.
Sam, what are you trying to say?
Oh God, what's up here? What do you like?
Sam, what are you trying to say? Why am I widescreen? Jeez, Sam. Widescreen Emma.
Me full screen.
We certainly do not need that, Sam.
I don't know how I should take that.
What?
Oh my God. Sam, what do we need to do with you?
Sam, I think you need to go have one of those buffalo calzones and then go to bed.
Yeah.
Go to sleep.
Isn't Alex headed down to see Sam, I think? Isn't it this weekend? Or I think so. I think that's what Sam told me. Am I right, Sam? Isn't Alex coming down there to visit you or haunt you or whatever you guys do? Cuddle on the couch?
You. Pester you. All of the above. I need sleep. Okay. Go to sleep, Sam. We'll let you.
Should we sing you a lullaby, Sam?
Oh, my word. Don't make me cough and laugh at the same time. It doesn't work.
I can't stop coughing.
I'm
just getting over a
coughing
cold.
stream over here.
Yeah, really. Welcome to the Friday night coughing fit.
My son brought home something from school, and I've been coughing for like a week.
Ugh.
Oh, here we go. Yeah. Some blue rodeo.
Sam, fuck off. I can't even talk about my favorite band anymore without getting shit from people. You guys don't harass them about cheap tricks, so fuck off with Blue Rodeo already.
Yeah, but I mean, we could sit here and we could talk about like Blue Rodeo or something.
But no one cares about it except for me.
Did Blue Rodeo ever release an album that was like distributed in the United States? Because I don't think I've ever seen one.
Yes, a couple. But I don't want to talk about it because I'm going to get shit for it. So,
Well, Sam says good night.
night, Sam.
Good night.
Oh Lordy, that's funny. Now I will say this is one thing I have been eternally grateful to the VC for. I would say I retired in 2022, so it's been most of 22, all of 23, most of 24. It's been almost 3 years. And I thought I would be spending a lot of my time like going through my records and hanging out. And I really wasn't. I spent almost no attention to music. I was just trying to kind of figure out the financial logistics of retiring and how this is going to work and blah, blah, blah. And because of the VC, I now have piles of records all over my house because and thank you for that, because I think that was a shot in the arm. It's like, why do I have all these records if I'm not going to do fucking anything with them? So time to get back into it. So I appreciate that.
And now you have Queen too.
Oh God!
Now you just did some Blue Rodeo.
Oh Jesus!
Blue Rodeo. I don't have any Blue Rodeo. What do I do?
I don't make any cheap trick jokes, so
What?
I don't make any cheap trick jokes, so
What?
I don't make any cheap
What?
trick. Go pick on Jack. He's awfully quiet up there.
I would never pick on Jack.
No, it's okay.
Jack's too nice. We can't pick on him. Not yet.
No.
Break him in gently. Oh gosh. Jack, what got you into this whole VC thing?
I just wanted to hear more people talk about the bands that I am like finding and stuff. I wanted to see, because my friends, they don't care.
Wow, that's a common theme with everybody. I think
Yeah.
the entire VC has nobody to talk to this stuff about at all.
We're a bunch of losers or loners or whatever.
Yep.
Yeah.
We
Yep.
suck. I stay in my house all day and play records. That's all I do.
That sounds like a damn
It
good
sounds
day
like
to
a
me.
good day for me.
Yes. Yep.
Like, it's not a bad thing. It's fun.
No, it's my favorite.
But now I'm trying to plan for, like, I was talking about like the deep dive, doing the Husker Du Sugar Bob Mold thing or the Gary Newman thing. I remember the night I chatted to Rob. It was like, Gary Newman has 22 studio albums. Like, what? Yeah. So have you done a Blue Rodeo deep dive yet?
Are you asking legitimately, or are you asking to be a?
I'm asking legitimately. Rob, have you done a deep dive into Blue
Sort of.
Rodeo?
I've done several videos, but I did one where I sort of talked about which of their albums I thought were the best. I don't know, it was the top 5 or whatever, because they have like 18 albums, 18 studio albums, a couple live albums. So I sort of went, if you're going to start with this band, here's where I would start. And here's the 5 best, if you will, something like that. So beyond that, no, I've not done a thing about their entire discography, because that would get watched by probably 3-4
people. No, I would not.
If you say that, that means
I'm
it's
interested.
Maybe. I would enjoy making that video, but no one else would care.
Ooh,
I
there's
think I watched your the five ones you said. I kind of remember that.
Yeah, and that was probably 2 years ago I made that video.
Yeah.
wow.
It's been a while.
Okay. Before my time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which means no one watches it now, because no one ever goes back and watches anyone's old videos.
It depends on who it is. If I start getting really into somebody's channel and they're new and I'm like, wow, this is interesting, I will go back several years. It depends on what it is or what topic it is.
Yeah.
I mean, especially I was doing retirement searches and stuff. I would watch some of those. But here's a legit question. When you're planning for a video, how much do you factor in, gee, I wonder how many people will actually watch this, or do you give a shit at all?
I don't care,
Yeah.
but now I won't make anything about Blue Rodeo because everyone ridicules me. Other than that, I don't care.
Yeah.
I mean, some of my favorite videos to make, honestly, are that series I've been doing, Canadians talking about Canadian music, which is incredibly low viewers. But me and the guys have such a blast making it. And it's more for us than anybody else. So, yeah, I don't care. I don't care how many people watch it. If one person watches it and enjoys it, then great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for me, it's learning about what other. I like finding the people who have the common soul. It's like, wow, this person likes these 5 bands that I like too, or oh wow, they like these same 5 bands I like, and here's some others that I can check out. That's my big thing, and that's enough for me. It works. The feedback I've gotten already, having been on this for only about a month, is the number of people who've commented about, wow, I've never heard of this band, and that's exactly what I wanted to do. Because there was always so many bands that was like, I've never heard anybody mention so-and-so, such and such. Maybe I should do that. And I love doing that.
My favorite thing to watch is, believe it or not, it's not actually hearing about new music or whatever. I love any video where someone tells me why they like something, or if they've got a story about, I like this album because, like we sort of talked about on this past Wednesday, this is one of the first albums I get into because whatever. I like that kind of stuff. Those are my absolute favorite videos to watch. Do I really care if so-and-so played guitar and was produced by so-and-so and so-and-so? I can't give a shit. But tell me a story about why you get a piece of music. I love those all day long. I'll watch them repeatedly. They're great.
Love the stories.
Yep.
I like the stories too. And don't you want to hear about the run out groove numbers? No.
Yeah, right.
Oh, yeah.
No, I don't.
Oh. I mean, some people do though. Like there was a time when, and it's like stuck with me now, like 4 or 5 years later, very early on, like I was showing records that I picked up, and this was probably maybe 6 months into my channel, and somebody commented on a couple of videos like, why don't you show the label? You need to show the labels in your videos. And so like I was always self-conscious about for years. Now I don't care. But it's interesting, like people do like that sort of collecting aspect or very specific things. The pressing. Yeah, right.
Vinyl. Yay. No. It's like the one I did the other day. It had the splatter vinyl on a 10-inch. I'm like, wow, this is really neat. Yeah, I'll pull that up. But otherwise, I don't care.
Yeah.
Or I have a harder time with some of, not just the live streams, but videos in general, that are the folks that are very hardcore, OG, original, first pressing, blah blah blah. Why spend $1,000 on this? You get the repress as $25. Do you really?
Not in Canada.
Yeah,
I remember hearing about that.
Yep.
I get it, but I don't get it. And I think it's because I'm older and I'm downsizing my life in general. I'm just like, no, I'm not dropping $1,000 on a butcher cover or whatever. I don't care.
Yeah.
That's not a priority for me. Oh well.
I would maybe drop $1,000 on a butcher cover if I didn't already have one. That's kind of the one exception.
Slam. That was funny.
That wasn't me going, hey, I got a butcher cover. That was me saying,
I got a butcher cover.
I get it.
I mean, I go get it if you really want to see it. Like, I get the OG thing, right? When it comes to the Beatles, I have all the OGs, just because that's the one band that I'm like,
Yeah, if it's your band, yeah.
I have the ones that I listen to, the mono remasters, but I like the original. I've got the original Canadian ones. I have almost all the original UK ones. I wouldn't spend $1,000 on anything. That's insane for an OG, White album. If I can find one for a couple $100, that's kind of my limit. But that's that band. Everything else, I don't give a shit if it's an OG or repress, a brand new remastered 100. Who gives a shit? I just want the album to listen to.
Yeah. I'm also getting to the point where it's like, if I have it on CD, I don't need it on vinyl. That had taken some time to get my head around, because that was sort of my MO of getting back into vinyl collecting. It's like, oh, I have it on CD. Ooh, it'd be so much cooler to have it on vinyl. And there are some things I will, like the Godsmack reissues. They're great. But anything else, I'm like, oh, I have this Ozzy album on CD. That's fine. It could be there.
I'm kind of weird that way. I mean, I'm weird a lot of ways, but I have CDs, but I haven't bought a CD in, I don't know, 15 years. I'm not like one of these, like, I don't like CDs. It's not like I'm a snob. I just don't enjoy that medium. I haven't played a CD. I don't know how long. And there's some albums I own on CD, and I go, man, I wish that was on vinyl so I could listen to it.
Right.
My brain just doesn't
Turns it off.
My brain doesn't go, hey, you stupid moron, go grab the CD and put it in your CD player. I never even think of it. I'm like, man, I wish I had that on vinyl. Well, you got it on CD, idiot. Go put it on, but I just don't.
I think CD is easier for me. Just you don't have to get up and flip it. You just plop it in.
Then you're done. Yeah.
And it's cheaper too. That's why I like it.
I have nothing against CDs. It's like that new U2 EP, the live, whatever it is.
Watch my video on Sunday, because I talk about that one.
Oh, okay, good. Because I have a lot of, like, $30 for a 5-song EP. Why?
It's really, really good.
But I could get it on CD for $12.
No, but it's on pretty yellow vinyl.
Do I need that though?
Yeah.
Probably.
You're asking the wrong people, Richard.
I know. When I was doing that 10-inch, the EP 10-inch response to Brian, one of the things I pulled out was the one that Rob and I were talking about, the U2, that Another Day, Another Place, or whatever it is, Another Time, Another Place.
Another Time, Another Place.
I looked at it, was like, okay, this isn't really an EP, though. It's really a full-length thing on 2 10-inch. Okay, I can't feature that one. I put it away. And I was like,
I did the same thing, man. I did the same thing.
I was like, oh, I wanted to talk about that one. Damn it.
So I decided I'm going to have to do a video about 10-inch records.
Okay.
There you go.
Which is a bizarre format, but I have like a dozen of them or whatever. So
I don't have all that many, and I can keep them like separate from everything else, just so all the 10 inches are in one spot. But going through them, I was like, wow, I forgot I had this. But 10-inch, another one of those formats. Like, why does this cost so much money?
Yeah.
But that Another Time, Another Place, that's a fantastic. I love that thing.
But you know what blows me away? You go on Discogs and it's selling for like $13 or something. Right. And I'm like, why? I thought it was a pain in the ass to get, for one thing.
Yeah. That was one of their fan club releases, and some of their fan club releases are amazing. I only have a handful of them, and they're really good.
I had that FSCD one, which is like a double CD of something. I have that live at Swain Castle.
I've got that as well, yeah.
I have that on CD, though. So there's something else. It was like, I was in that U2.com thing for a couple of years just to get some of those, but
I never joined it, but I keep looking online, and occasionally if a nice deal pops up on eBay or whatever, and I'm interested, I'll grab it. But I lucked out. One of my local record stores a few years ago, they had a U2.com. There's a thing called U22, and it was the live CD from.
I want that.
And it's packaged like a record, but it's CDs. Yeah. I got it. My local had it, and I think I paid $25 for it.
Oh, shut up!
Yeah.
Every time I see that, it's like $125, if not more, or 70 or 80 or 90 or whatever. I'm like, oh, I can't do it.
And I grabbed it, and went up to the counter, and went to pay for it, and the guy goes, "You know this isn't a record, right?" And I go, "I know exactly what this is. Don't worry. Just take my money before you change your mind."
Exactly.
Yeah.
Let me put a 1 in front of that 25.
Right? I just about shit when I saw the price on it. I'm like, this can't be right. And I didn't want to get to the counter and go, we have this priced wrong, right? So I just wanted to pay for it and get it out of the store as fast as possible. Have you heard it, Richard? Have you got like a digital download of it or anything?
I've heard nothing of it.
Oh, it's incredible. It's incredible.
No, plus it's always on. It's like on the list of stuff I'm looking for, but then it just gets sort of lost in the shuffle of looking for other things, and then you forget about it. Then you go on eBay and you see there's 5 copies, and it costs stupid money.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
It's so
whatever. All right, where are we at? We are at the 2.5 hour mark. I think I need to wrap this up because I'm falling asleep.
I'm glad we're that entertaining. Richard's dozing off.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. It's like zonk out. But hey, thanks for spending some time, and even Concert Buddy showed up.
There he is. Damn it, I better go make my podcast episode for Chance. Shit, I'm like 2 weeks late. It's coming, Chance. I'm going to do it right now as soon as I get off.
He's just lurking. He's trying to find Rob.
Yeah. Well, he could just text me and go, "Hey, you lazy prick, get me that podcast episode you owe me." Sorry, man. It's been a couple weeks, let me tell you. Insanely busy. I'll do it right now.
I think everybody's busy. It's just crazy.
Yeah.
So, all right, everybody. Well, let's wrap it up for the night, and maybe we'll do this again sometime. So
sounds good.
Sounds good.
All right.
See you guys later.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.